All right, coming live. Let me just check that everything is okay. Okay. Looks like it's good. Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Ye-
How are you, Vikas?
Yeah, all good, Alex. Good morning. All good. How about you?
Yeah, it's good. Just getting started on the day, and you're just
Oh,
finishing your day.
yep. So this is last thing, and after the session, we'll have dinner, and yeah, we'll go to bed. It's like nine
Nice.
o'clock night out right now.
Yes. Oh, you have dinner very late. I normally have dinner at
Yeah.
like 7 or 8, something like that.
Okay. I usually have it around 8 or 8:30, but like today the stream was there, and I just my project work got over late,
Hmm.
so that's why I got late today. But otherwise, I usually had to have like dinner around 8:30.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep, yep,
that's cool.
yep.
All right. Let me just see if people are joining. I don't know why lately I cannot see the comments from LinkedIn, so I'm hoping today I can. Um,
Okay,
but
okay.
we'll see. Okay, I think I see my tests.
Yep, yep. I see. Correct.
Okay, hopefully it works now. We'll see.
Yep. So the
All
people when
right.
they add the comments when the stream is live, that's what you're saying. Those comments.
Yes,
And
yes.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know why on the last stream I didn't see any at all, but I know that they were there,
Okay.
but I just didn't see them here. I don't know why. But
Cool.
yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it works now.
Sure, sure, sure. So I think people
Okay,
are joining in.
I see one. Hello.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully that works then.
Yep. Hey Rahul.
All right. So you want to tell a little bit about yourself and what you do so people can get to know you?
Yep, sure. So my name is Vikas, and I am working as a senior consultant in Infosys. Okay, and yeah, I'm a MuleSoft mentor and a MuleSoft certified integration architect. Okay, so this is my third Twitch stream. Okay, first one was on Flex Gateway. Then I presented one on ELK logs, and now I started exploring MuleSoft RPA. Okay, so as a part of as a member of this MuleSoft community, I got the opportunity to explore MuleSoft RPA. Okay, and so whatever I learned, so I will be presenting it via a use case demo. Okay, mainly focusing on like how to this RPA builder, demo on RPA builder. Yep. So I recently presented the session on MuleSoft RP in one of the MuleSoft meetups last week. Okay, so yep, so that's pretty.
Nice. You've been busy.
Yeah, it's good to have like learn new things, Alex. Yep. So continuous learning is the only way to move forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So after this is done, then I'll be focusing more on any point code builder. So I know like next year we'll be getting a lot of traction. So it's good to get some hands on that. Yeah, any
Yeah,
point code builder. So
cool.
so that will be the next thing to do.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we can get started then.
Okay, so we have the people, right? Okay, fine, cool. Let me just share my screen with you. Okay, you were able to see my screen, Alex?
Yes.
All good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a use case that we are going to implement today using MuleSoft RPA. So as we know, right, some MuleSoft RPA is used to automate the task by implementing the same through the our software robots. So whatever the humans can do via for whatever the task human perform for the repetitive, okay, monotonous or the labor intensive task, okay, whatever the humans are doing, so those tasks can be automated through MuleSoft RPA. Okay, so let's take a use case. Suppose a company ABC is there, okay, and it is receiving on a daily basis some emails which is having the invoice related data, okay, invoice related attachments or PDF attachments from another company, say company XYZ. Okay, so what happens? The company AYC has established a standard process with minimal or no variance. Okay, it's a monotonous, repetitive work for one of their employees who generally log in like on daily basis to the email or to his inbox, and he download whatever data the company XYZ has sent, invoice related data. He opens the email, download all the invoices, and then he reads through all the invoices one by one. Okay, capture the relevant data which he needs in his accounting software in the company A by ABC. So he reads the invoice data, and then based on that data he prepares a SQL query. Okay, and then he executes the SQL query so that the data can be loaded into the accounting software database. So this is going to be manual stuff. Okay, there are a lot of chances of human errors. Okay, it is a labor intensive also. Suppose on some day if he receives hundreds of emails, okay, with some the PDF attachments of the invoices, and he might need to involve his co-worker also to share his workload. Okay, so it's prone to errors, labor intensive, it's high volume. Okay, and it's a standard process. Okay, it's not going to change in the near future. It has been established over the years, so he's following the standard steps to get this task done on daily basis. Okay, so this task is like a good contender to be automated via MuleSoft RPA. Okay, so now how do we automate it? Okay, so let's show you. So as we know that MuleSoft RPA has like four main components. One is RPA Manager, then RPA Builder, and the RPA Designer, and the RPA Bot. So I have logged into RPA Manager. Okay, so there are like certain key steps in the MuleSoft RPA life cycle. So first step of those is a process evaluation. Okay, so where it is evaluated whether it's really worth to automate a task or not. Okay, so it is evaluated on certain parameters. Okay, so if I go here into this process evaluation, I just click on create. You see that I just enter the name of this evaluation, whatever the task I want to give a name to this task, and then I have to choose a template. Okay, and then choose a category. So from template choosing is like it's a mandatory default template. Okay, so here templates are created here. Okay, and under the templates we have written the evaluation criteria. So if you see over here in the evaluation criteria, we have mentioned the benefits and the qualifiers. Okay, what is the output quality of this work, what is the complexity of the work that we are going to automate, what is the nature of work. Okay, all these things have been mentioned here. So we will be evaluating our work, okay, whatever we are going to automate on all these parameters. Okay, so let's go to this process evaluation. I'll just click on create. Okay, I'll just say name. I'll just say Twitch stream RPA. Okay, our template is for default and category just select as category one or two. It's just select OK. Press OK. Okay, so now it will ask us how much is a manual process execution time, how much the person spends to execute this task manually. Suppose the person is spending 30 minutes on daily basis. Okay, and if the person is charged around $20 per hour, and will be having $10 per process run, and the person is performing this activity like on the weekdays in a month, so like considering there are around 20 weekdays, so excluding the weekends, frequency is 20 times per month. Okay, and now these are the qualifiers and the benefits. So based on what we select under the qualifiers and benefits, this dot will be moving either to the red zone, amber zone, or to the green zone. If the dot moves closer to the green zone, it means it's a good contender to be automated via MuleSoft RPA. Okay, so first we evaluate what is the nature of work. Okay, so MuleSoft RPA is mostly suited for the work that is rule based rather than judgment based. So The nature of work currently the person is doing is a rule based. Okay, he on daily basis he execute a set of standard procedures, okay, to do his work. So I'll just make it a rule based work. Input output, unstructured analog or structured digital. So it is he's getting the PDF attachment in a particular format, so I'll say that the input or output is a structured basically. Okay. Stability. So the process is quite stable, right? Currently, it is having no variance or very little changes. So I just move it like close to stable or minor changes. Data type, image interpretation, text or numbers. So the person is reading the numbers or the invoice IDs, invoice numbers or dates from that invoice related PDF. So I'll just move it closer to the text or numbers. Benefits, no issues or urgent needs for improvements. Okay, we can say that it's intermediate. Okay, it's a good to have functionality. And then complexity, okay, I'll just move it according to like it's a medium complexity. Okay. And the risk, so risk is a little bit high here, because like if the person makes a mistake in reading the data from the PDF, it will eventually result into like the wrong data getting fed into the accounting software database. Okay, so I'll just mark it as a high risk, closer to the high risk. Okay, so now you see over here like the process matrix is like we are qualifiers are standing at 4.2 and benefits at 3.3, and it's moved to the green zone. So it means that this the task which we're going to automate is a good contender for MuleSoft RPA. Okay, so I'll just click on save over here. Okay, so I'll just move to next. This is a one Twitch stream RP which we created. Okay, benefits, cost, all these things are captured over here. So next step is to approve them. Okay, this has to be approved by the project manager, but since like this is a trial version, only my name is appearing over here. I'll be selecting my name and proving it. Okay, now I go to my RPA, my backlog. Okay, here it is. So now we'll start the automation. Okay. Okay, the required applications for process, I can say that Google Chrome is required. So, okay, and process team, since I'm the only one who's using this RPA version, trial version, so I'll just assign the every phase to myself only. So design, build, release to test, production. So all these phases will be done by me, but in actual, when you're working within a team, you have to assign all these phases to the persons who will be working on all these phases. Okay. Okay, rest of the we can say, okay, we can leave them as is, rest of the things, and just click on save. Okay, this process is created. Process, click on yes. Okay, so now evaluate phase is complete. Next is design phase. So we'll be designing this process using the BPMN, which is business process modeling and notation. Okay, so here we have the start button over here, and then this is a bot task, the task which will be performed by the bot. Okay, we can have the user task whenever we need a user intervention. Okay, and what are the tasks which we want to perform by a bot? We select a bot task. Okay, and this is the end, so we start with this circle and then we end with this one. And let's let's see how what are the tasks that we are going to be performed by the bot. So first one is the like email login. Okay, and download the attachments, download the invoices, I will say download invoices. That is the first step that we will do. Okay, and then once the invoices are downloaded, we'll be moving them to a central location from where the relevant data can be extracted from them. Okay, second step will be to move the invoices to a central location. Okay, and then the third board task, it will be extract the data from invoice PDFs. Okay, and the last step will be to get the data inserted into database via a API call. Okay, so like I will say that invoke API insert data to database. Okay, and then we'll just end this process. Okay, I'll just connect these. Okay, okay, so now here one more important thing to note is here, like suppose a person logs in for the day, or the like it's day end, and he finds no invoices, right? And then in that case he just closes the browser and don't proceed to the next step. So similar thing we have to do for the bot also. So suppose when the bot logs in, okay, and email login and tries to download the invoice, but from that particular day there is no invoice to download. In that case we should not perform the next steps, we can just end the process. Okay, so for that decision making we have this exclusive gateway. Okay, I'll do one thing. Wait a sec. uh, yep, here it is. Okay, so this is the sequence and we need to provide a name to this path. Okay, so I'll just provide the name to both the paths. We'll just say sequence 1. Okay, and this is the sequence number 2. Just okay, and then we'll connect these as well. Okay, so now our process is design is complete. Okay, so we'll start with the email login and download the invoice. If we find the invoices, we move them to central location, we extract the data from those invoices, and then we invoke an API to insert the data into database. If we don't find those invoices, we'll just stop the process. Okay, so design part is complete, then we move to the build phase. Okay, I'll just publish it to the build phase now. Okay, so yes, release to build. Okay. I'll just open the RPA builder. Meantime, I'll also open my email as well. Yep, just skip a minute for RPA builder to launch. Okay, it takes a time. In the meantime, I'll just show you the invoices which we will download. So those are the two emails. I just mark them as unread. So okay, so that while testing it, these two invoices will download it, and we'll extract the data and then load them into database. Okay. In the meantime, the RP builder is loading. Alex, if you have any questions, we can take those.
No questions yet.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, sure, doesn't take much time. See by task manager. Yeah, let me launch again. Yep, now it's launched. Okay, so here we'll go to the view repository explorer. So I have already logged in to RP builder via my RP manager credentials. So that RP manager and builder are in sync. So I'll just press this refresh button over here, and we'll see that whatever we designed in the RP manager, it has now come to my RP builder. You see, it has come over here. Now we'll go to the first step. Okay, so here these are individual workflows. Okay, so we'll write the logic for each of the workflow over here. Okay, so you see that it starts with the workflow initialization, and then we have the activity workflow, and then the workflow finalization. Okay, workflow initialization is got where we define any parameters or any variables that we're going to use inside this workflow. Okay, activity workflow is like where we write our logic. So the transactions or the set of tasks that can be grouped together, we can put them under one transaction. Okay, and then in the end we have the workflow finalization, which tells us whether the workflow run has succeeded or failed. Okay, so now first thing we need to do is like logging into my email and then download the attachments as per the first workflow. So I'll go to this toolbox. So MuleSoft provides us RP, MuleSoft RPA provides this such toolbox which has out of the box components to help you design your or build your task. So here you see that we have related to the toolbox, we have this app automation checks control, document processing can be done by AWS. Okay, and Excel operations, read from Excel, write to Excel, file operation is there, copy file, create file, then then we can take screenshots, we can capture the keystrokes. Okay, we can capture the mouse clicks. Okay, we can use the loops, so we can use the transactions, we can read and write the mails, we can have the API calls made as well. So there are like numerous out of the box components that are made available in the MuleSoft RPA to accomplish the automation of the tasks. So you see we have the OCR also, okay, variable handlings, all these things have been provided over here. Okay, so now we'll see first about the mail. Okay, how do we mail session, how do we establish a mail session? I'll just in the transaction, I'll just put the mail session. So in mail session, you'll see that we have to put the server address, server port, and user account. So the best practice, we will ensure that okay, whenever we are building this process, okay, we should not hard code these values. Instead, we should write them into a variables. Okay, so in this MuleSoft RPA, MuleSoft provides either the activity parameters of the variables will be defined, the activity parameters that will be available across all the workflows, or we can do what we can have the workflow based variables as well. Okay, so here we have the workflow based variables as well, okay, which will be visible under only that workflow. So here, since email session, okay, we can have in multiple places in our workflow, so I can uh, go ahead and have this set up in the activity parameters. Okay, I'll just add a new parameter, alphanumeric. Okay, I'll just say that server. Okay, and the server value which I'll be connecting to download to email login and will be this. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, and then what will be the host, sorry, what is the port number? Okay, Those will be an integer value and will be having 993 as its value. Okay. Then I have to put in my login credentials as well. So that for that we have the user account variable. Okay, I can just say that email creds. Okay, username is this. Okay, and this is a password. Okay, press on OK. So in test mails in the email session, I'll just use encryption SSL TLS. Name I can see that email login. Okay, and I'll be just reading emails from the inbox and the server address. I'll just okay. So once we have the activity parameters defined, we have to get them set in our workflows as well. So those available parameters are these which we have defined in our activity parameters. We have to make them available in our workflow. So just click this over here. Okay, so that they are available in this workflow. I'll just press on this pin button. Just double click on this read mails. Okay, just I will say that email login. Okay, encryption is SSL TLS. Okay, and server address and server port, user account. Okay, okay, fine. So now email session is set up, and now we'll be setting up a read email. Okay, say that read email. Okay, so okay, fine, inbox is a default, that is fine, and we have been filtering on certain criteria. Okay, so every day like we'll be going and filtering only on the unread emails for that particular day. I'll just add a filter. Okay, based on this unread, only unread mails will be read. How many maximum emails we can read in a day? I'll just put, for now just put as 10. Okay, where I'd like to save the attachments, and where I would like to save the attachment, I'll just provide that path as well. Okay, here the path. Okay, okay, but yes, the best practice, make sure that all these paths and directory path and file name should be in the activity parameters or in the workflow based variables. Okay, create directory presentables, that is fine. Okay, so it will download the attachments in this folder. Okay, so either we can now run this workflow or we can run the combined process in the end. Okay, but for the sake of clarity, let me just run this workflow individually, and then in the end we'll run the complete process. Okay, I'll just remove this. What I did, I just in my email, I'll just mark these two emails as unread emails, and those two are having the invoices PDFs with them. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just run this workflow now. Okay, so the email attachments will be coming into this RPA mails. Okay, it has completed. Okay, we can check here successfully. Okay, we have over consumed, got two mails, so those were then written to this folder. See, D drive RP mails, so we have these two attachments downloaded. Okay, so now so now we want to count the emails also, right? So because if there are emails, unread emails only, then we proceed further, else we'll stop the process. So for that also, what we will do, we'll just create one more variable. Okay, add one new variable, and I'll just say it's an integer variable. Okay, just put that email count. Okay, and here in the activity parameters, I'll just push to this workflow. Okay, and here I'll just use one set variable. Okay, where I'll just variable name is email count, and the value is the what we will get from this read mail activity, which is the mail count. Okay, okay. So now we go to the exclusive gateway. So sequence one will be followed when the count of emails is greater than 0, and sequence 2 will be followed when the count of emails is equal to 0. I'll just use this build expression, add expression, okay, email count, okay, and I just say not equal to 0, okay. So now flow sequence 1 not equal to 0 and sequence 2 will be email count is equal to 0. I'll just remove the not from here, okay, press ok. So now we are good. So now next step is like we have to move the invoices to a central location, because you will see that whenever we download the attachment, we'll be having separate folders created, so which we don't want. So we want them the attachments to be moved to a central location so that those can be processed in a cleaner way. Okay, so we move them to this D drive RPA, F drive RPA attachments folder. Okay, so what I will do over here, so this since there are multiple folders are created inside that mails folder, okay, and so I'll be using the iterate over files, okay. So here what I will do, directory path will be this mails, okay. So we'll be iterating over this path. File names we can put a star to star, it's fine, and we'll be looping inside subfolders as well, because attachments are present under the subfolders, okay. That's okay, and then we have to move the files, okay. I'll just be using this move file, okay. So move to central location, okay. Directory path will get from here, iterate path only. So iterate path, file name, file name will be iterate file name. Where do we want to move them? So we want to move them in this folder, okay. Yep. Okay, so let's try to run this and we will see the attachments under this attachments folder. I'll just run it. Okay, so it has succeeded, and so see over there the PDFs have moved to this folder, and if I go under this mails folder you will find them as empty. Okay, so second part is also complete. The third part is to extract the data from them, okay. So I'll just for extracting the data, uh, let's go to this workflow. So there can be multiple PDFs, right? Again, in this folders, we have to again iterate over them and then extract the data one by one from them. So again, we will be using iterate over files, okay? And then where do we want to iterate? So we will be iterating over this attachment folder, because all the attachments are present in this folder, okay. So here it is, okay. So now I create our files, and then so now how do we extract the data from PDF? So that is being done using the AWS provided extract service. Okay, so here how do we interact with that service? So we have this AWS uh, ERP talks with AWS service over here. So we'll just drag it over here. Okay, just one second now. I'll just need to move it into one transaction, okay, and then I'll be using this here inside it. Okay, so now what happens like this from ERP docs with with AWS, it will call the AWS extract service to extract the data from the PDF. So the output of this service will be in the form of normalized JSON format. So I'll show you how the output will look like. So to make the service work, what I have done, I have created my free tier account, okay, and under this users, I have created one RPA test user, okay, under the identity and access management service. And this is access keys like client ID and secret that I'll be using to connect uh, to the text extract service from the AWS, from the MuleSoft RPA. Okay, so I'll just go again to this activity parameters and just I create a new parameter which I will say that AWS credentials. So I'll just say AWS creds. Okay, Client ID and secret I already copied somewhere. Yeah, here it is. It's secret. And here is the ID. Region endpoint I can just put the US East 1. Okay, in the AWS region, and just press OK. So now I'll just, in the activity parameters, I'll just have this moved over to this workflow. Okay. So now ERP talks with AWS. I'll just say that extract PDF data. Okay. AWS credentials. I just provided AWS credits. Okay. Directory path, which of the files we have iterated. So iterate path, file name. Again, it will be iterate file name. Okay. PDF is not password protected, and we have to read the entire file. So press on OK. So now, how will the output of this service will look like? I'll just show you quickly. I'll just write to a text file. Okay. So now the text file, what I will do, I'll just provide the directory path and the name of the file. Okay, I'll just write RPA. I'll just one, like we can say that temp.txt. Okay, what is the text to write? I have to will be writing the normalized JSON coming out of this extract service, and create a file if it does not exist. Add a line after text. Fine. Okay, and yep, fine. I think let's try to run this workflow now. The temp file is created, and workflow should also be completed. Yeah, so it's all also completed, and let me just show you the output. So the data, let me just open one of the PDFs as well. Okay, so in the attachments folder we have this, suppose July month PDF. You see over here, payment date, receipt number, customer name. So all of these have come over here under the summary fields. So first value is like the customer name, which is Vikas Sharma. So it's type name, value Vikas Sharma, label is customer name. So like this, all the values have been captured in this output of this AWS extract service. So what we are interested to fetch the values of invoice receipt date and invoice receipt ID. Okay, so how do we read this normalized JSON? We will be using the JSON query, okay, to download to read this data. Okay, I'll just remove the text file because it's no longer needed. I'll just use a JSON query. Okay, we'll see that it's I will say that fetch invoice ID. Okay, JSON object is normalized JSON, and it is expression I want to write. I'll be writing this receipt ID. This is a JSON query expression. Okay, summary fields and type is equal to invoice receipt ID and its value. Okay, if you go over this normalized JSON output, you will see it over here. Okay, under the summary fields, okay, we have this type invoice receipt ID type, and its value is this. So I'm targeting this value to be fetched. I'm targeting this value. Okay, and then I will be pressing this OK, and then I'll just write this value what I have fetched into a variable. Okay, okay, I'll just see that value of first item. Okay, I'll just say that ID value. Okay, and then I'll be fetching a date as well. So using the same JSON query, I'll just fetch the date also. Okay, I'll say that fetch invoice date. Okay, object will be again extract PDF normalized JSON, and JSON query will be this. Okay, now you see summary fields, type is equal to invoice receipt date, which is this, and this is the value. So I'll be fetching this value. Okay, so now I just press OK, and I just write it to a variable. Okay, I'll just write it to, I would say, date value. Okay, what is the value? I just write it. Okay. Okay, fine. So we have fetched both the values like invoice ID, invoice date. Now we have to format them. Okay, so format them in the input format of which what is expected, what the API is expecting. Okay, we have to prepare the input data for this API using these two values, invoice ID, invoice date. So the input to this API, which inserts data into database, would look like this: order, and then the actual value of the order, comma, order date, and then the value of this order date. Okay. So now to prepare this input format, I will use the combined strings operation over here. Okay. So combining the strings. So what is the pattern we need to combine? We have to put the pattern over here. Okay. So what this is how it will look like. Order, then one will be replaced by the order value, order date, and two will be replaced by the order date, so that we can get the required input file format for that API call. Okay. So I'll be using this pattern. Okay. So I'll just form API input. Okay, press OK, and here pressing on the input, this pin button. So one will be replaced by the ID. Okay, and two will be replaced by the date. Okay, so this is how this format will be formed: order, order ID, order date, and then order date's value. Press OK. So now, so it's combining the strings. Okay, but the thing is that it is going on over loop, it's iterating. Okay, so we can't write the output into a variable, because variable at one time can hold only one value. So what we will do, that we'll just create one temporary file which will write this concatenated output. Okay, write to file. Okay, write concatenated output. Okay, so I'll just put this path over here. Just create a file, API input dot text. Okay, and what I want to write, I want to write this combined strings output. Okay, so it will be iterating. So suppose 10 files are there, it will be iterating and writing the accumulative output in this file. Okay, and create a file if does not exist. Yes, okay. Okay, so now what we will do, we have to now pass this whatever we have written into text file as an input to our next phase, next workflow. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just write down whatever the common output of this write file into a variable, and then we'll pass this variable to this API. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just create one again, activity parameter. Okay, and just write one alphanumeric variable. Okay, where I'll just say that input data. Okay. Okay, and in this activity parameters, I'll just have it in this workflow. Okay, I'll just use the set variable. Okay, so now the thing is that you cannot directly whatever we got in the right text output, we cannot directly assign it to a set variable. Okay, first we have to read that file, and then from it read that file we can set the variable. So we have to first read what we have written to the text file. I'll just go here from read. Okay, so read file. Okay, so here the directory path where we have written, I can just directory path, and this is the file name. Okay, so we'll reading this file and then I'll be writing it to this variable. Okay, so but when we need to do a minor formatting here also, because when we were formatting it, we were preparing the output. So this is how the output, if there are three files, okay, so this is how this output will look like into the text file. So you see that there is a comma which will be extra appended at the end of the third file. Okay, so we need to remove this comma so that we can get the like the exact input which is required by that by the API. Okay, I will do what we use one string operation. Okay, like this is a string operation. Okay, where I'll just remove the, like just say that formatting the input. Just say that. Okay, I'll just use this, remove the last sector of the string. Okay, I'll just see what, where is the string. This is a string read text, and then we'll be removing just a comma at the end. Just press OK, and now we are now ready to set this variable. Okay, so variable value, I have input data. Okay, and will be the value of this, it will be the output of the formatting, basically result. Okay, so now we'll be just be using this variable in this API call. I'll just in the activity parameters. Okay, I'll use this input data. Okay, save it. Okay, I'll just use REST API. Okay, uh insert db call, I can say. Method will be post. So I've already deployed that API onto Cloud Hub. Okay, so that is already up and running. I'll just show you. Yep, this is the API started status. I'll just get this URL. Okay, this is the base URL and this is the extension. Okay, so this is a request body with variables. Okay, so I'll be just be variable is like a. I'll just use this a variable, and to the a variable, this is a will be replaced by the input data variable, which has the accumulated output of all the PDFs. Okay. Okay. Yep, so we should be good with this workflow. So in the end, what we can do, like as a housekeeping thing, so we can like remove the file that we created temporarily over here, right? Concatenated output, right? We can just remove that file so that for every time when this process is run, a new file is created. Okay, I'll just delete the file. Okay, delete the temp file. Okay, so file name is this. I'll just get the directory path. Okay, fine. And once the PDF data is read and processed also, so we want to move the data, move those PDFs from this attachment folder to an archive folder. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just use this iterate over files. Okay, and I'll be iterating over the attachments folder. Okay, and I'll be moving them to the archive folder. Let's use some move to archive. Okay, so directory path will take it from here. Iterate path. File name will be from here. Iterate file name. Destination directory will be archive. Okay, so okay, so I think let me just clear all the files and then we'll run this process from end to end. Okay, I'll just mark those emails as unread again. Okay. So now, so now we just click on this button and it will run the complete process. Okay, email logging is downloaded, is running now. Okay, it's finished. Moving to invoices to central location now. That's also done. Let's prepare the input API input file. Okay, the activity run has failed, I believe. Workflow name. So API to insert data into database. Looks like it encountered some error. Let me see. Uh, okay, just let me see what's going on here. Okay, API orders, HTTP post, a request body with variables, and A will be replaced with the value of input data. Okay, okay, input data is there. Looks like this API is not reachable. Okay, but why? But this is the last step. Okay, it's like does API. Let me just see the URL I have captured. It is the correct one. API order. Insert DB is a post call. Order creator status.us. Okay, some path and A will be replaced by the activity parameters input data. Okay, so let me see what's going on. Hmm, okay, this input is correctly formed. That is also okay. Let me just try to run this again. Okay, might be some temporary issue in accessing the API, but this should work fine. Okay, let's remove the notes again. Let me just try to run it again. Okay, started. Let's move in the files to central location now. Extracting data now. Okay, prepare the API input as well. Moving to the last step, invoke the API. Okay, this is also completed. Okay, so looks like some network drop may be there at that time. So that's why this code failed last time, but now it succeeded. Okay, and we'll see that that temporary file just created is also, it's also removed and the attachments have moved to the archive folder. Okay, I'll just quickly go to my DB as well to see the records. In the meantime, it opens Alex. If you have any questions, we can take those.
No questions. You're very clear on everything.
Okay, cool. I'm just selecting this orders table where I inserted data. Okay, so I truncated the table before this demo. So we'll see only two records to be inserted. Yeah, just bear with me. Bear with me. It's quite slow. Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
Yep. You see order number, order date, both are there. You see over here. So this was the output that we got from that extract service. You see over here invoice date July 28. Okay, receipt ID is ending with 2015. Okay, and then if I scroll down, we'll be seeing this one also, invoice receipt date Wednesday June 28, and this invoice receipt ID ending with 405. Okay, so yes, so that's pretty much Alex I wanted to cover in this demo. Okay, as the next part I'm still working on that, like how do we deploy it into the for how do we go to a testing phase. Okay, so after this we upload this project, and so I can show you that as well. We have 3 minutes left, right? So I can just do that as well.
Yep.
I'll be just be uploading it. I can just say that there is no version management as of now. External version management, like it's not integrated with some external version management tools like GitHub, or not with the CI/CD tools as well. So it is just like all the versions are internally and deployment are internally maintained within RPA. I'll just upload this. Okay, and then we'll move to next step. So next step, you're testing it. So next testing that we have to deploy it into a bot. So we have to set up the bot into a dedicated instance. Okay, like dedicated machine, like Amazon EC2 instance. Okay, we can set it up on the bot on that machine and connect it with the API manager by API key and test it out there. Okay, so those will be the next steps. So probably like in some other session, I'll try to cover that as well. Okay, so if I go here, design, okay, I'll just refresh it. Okay, so now it's a build phase. Now we publish it to test phase, release to test. Okay, so now for testing it, we just have to create a new test plan. You can just say that demo test plan. Okay, and move to next. You will have to define all these variables again. Okay, what you are going to test, and then in the just click on next. Here is our we have to run it into a secure session. That is a preferred way. Okay, and if I click on next, here is what like the bots when you install that bot RP bot in your machine, that will be it's saying that will managed by RP manager. So RP manager and bot will need to talk to each other. Okay, so that how it will be connected, bot will be connected under bot manager. We have something called API key. So that API key will be the like linking key between our RP manager and the bot. So you'll be seeing your bot or the machine name over here, and then you can deploy this on that bot, and then bot will be automatically performing all the steps which I just showed you by RPA builder. Okay. So yep, so that's pretty much Alex on my side. If we have any questions, we can take those.
Yeah. No, I still don't see any questions. But yeah, it was very clear, to be honest. Like people can just follow whatever you did and they will be able to get to the same conclusion you did. So yeah,
Thank you.
it's always great to see other technologies because I haven't really tried MuleSoft RPA. So I really love when you all show it
Sure,
because
sure, sure, Alex. Yep.
yeah,
Thank you
I
very
can
much.
also learn from that.
Yep, yep, sure, 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 Alex. Thank you. Then, yep, thank you, Alex, for your time, and thank you for hosting me. And see you in the next Twitch stream. Then,
Yeah, perfect. All
thank
right,
you.
so for everyone watching, remember to go
And
into Twitch. Yeah,
one more thing, I can just publish, like, I just provide the link of the YouTube
sure.
tutorial of the MuleSoft meetup which I did last week on the same topic. So, if you can publish that, so that the people can refer that recording as well. I just sent you,
Perfect.
Alex.
Yeah. All right, let me post it here. And I don't know why it says that. Hold on. Um, okay, got it.
Okay. Thank you,
There
Alex,
it
for your time. Then,
is.
happy
Yes,
holidays.
just posting it. Hold on. In
Sure,
the LinkedIn thing. Okay,
sure.
there is a LinkedIn too. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, perfect. If everyone wants to go and check out the video from the meetup, you can also do that to check if you need something from there. And you can
Yep.
also ask Vikas as well. I'm sure he'll be happy to help you.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you, Alex, and happy holidays. Enjoy. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye. Okay. Um, So for everyone watching, remember to follow us on twitch.tv/MuleSoft underscore community so you can see all of our previous recordings, our schedule in your local time zone, which is great. So you never miss us. And you will also receive notifications when we come live. So if you download the Twitch app on your phone, you will receive the notifications on your phone directly. And like the chat is better. I don't know why I'm having so many issues with LinkedIn, but the chat from Twitch never fails me. So I really recommend you go there and you check it out from there. You can also see all of the previous recordings, so why not? All right. So that's all then for this live stream. I will see you on Thursday, same time, with Diane Kessler, Digital D, and we are going to be doing some fun stuff. So, all right, keep posted then, and I will see you on Thursday. I think that's the last stream of the year. So, I recommend you go and join me and Diane. All right, thank you all for coming. Bye.